Good day to you, my fellow endoskeletons. I'm Kenetor and welcome back for another Starbase progress report. We're on week 13 of 2020, and if you're new here, I bring you the latest news and updates of everything Starbase every Monday. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss out. Now let's get to it. We have a huge update this week with everything from UI, the Starship creator, and stations, not to mention a ship that can get to the moon to finish us off, so stick around for that. But first, a double helping of the Lowry quote of the week. To kick us off, one of the many questions I see asked regularly is, will there be gamepad and joystick support? Well, of course the answer is yes. A bit of work on the dev side should see a lot of devices supported, and even in testing it himself, Lowry finds his controller works straight off the bat already. But while working, they still need to be able to bind everything correctly, but we could see most controller systems implemented during the closed alpha. For the second quote, you'll just have to stay tuned to further in the video. Now, the main design features worked on last week were the assembly job was tested. A new bolt profile snapping feature made the bolting really easy. Also in the assembly job, item blocker entities added to each doorway so objects cannot be thrown through the doorways. This one confuses me a little bit as it doesn't seem to be needed from a gameplay point of view. It would have been fun to throw a full tank of propellant through an open door and then shooting it. Buzzsaw power usage has been configured to 10 units a second, which equals 100 seconds of continuous soaring with one power pack. The bolt tool and the bolt profile override feature has been tested and works without issues. Chat features have been worked on and the default settings have been adjusted. Insurance terminals, locations and parenting fixed on the origin map. And the mining job was tested in the new work hub. This is also working without issues. In station design, Empire VIS HQ grid slot has been updated. Structures inside the slot have been relocated and rotated to enable a better view of the capital. And the mining job grid slot has been replaced with work hub grid slot. Now onto the gameplay updates. Rental lot blueprint unloading has been improved. An issue where non-loaded rental lots crash the editor on stopping the game has been fixed. Blueprints appearing inside already built objects has also been fixed. When the client stops operating a ship in a despawn area, the ship now immediately despawns. Sitting issue with the cradle mounted chairs has been fixed. The saw tool sound effects have been implemented and bugs surrounding it have been fixed. The welding tool beam has been refactored, a restriction added to detaching for station lots that the player has access to, so players can't detach whatever parts they want. And the detachment network synchronization has been finished. The welding tool is now ready for testing. More on that new welding tool a bit later. For our UI updates this week, we have an issue where all processing only made one processed entry at a time has been fixed. Picking up magazines now moves ammo. An issue has been fixed where the items disappear from the sell list when the player sold 0 amount of that item. Position of the damaged item indicator has been fixed. Containers not filling up correctly when picking up ores was also fixed. Swapping and merging ores in the mining backpack works now, as well as dragging between the bank tab and the mining slots. Snapping to closest possible bolt profile location when using the bolt tool component defined area has been implemented, and the feedback tool has been updated and the tool's data management has been refactored. For audio this week, there is a missing sort button sounds have now been added, and item shop transaction button sounds and item sell menu button sounds have been added as well. Starship creator updates this week are locales have been fixed and updated. Economy design was worked on. Continuous placement option has been added for asset placement. Enabling this option allows the user to keep placing the asset until cancelled. A bug that allowed entering the test mode while undo actions were still being executed has been fixed. A blueprint type metadata has been added to blueprints. This value can be used to filter blueprints, for example to display only ship or station blueprints. Some of the spaceship designer's network messages unintentionally leaking to peers not inside the spaceship designer session has been fixed. A basic paint tool with point and click colouring has been added. This tool supports undoing and redoing. A client timeout when attempting to join a hosted session with a large map has been fixed, and save selection as blueprint functionality has been fixed. This is most likely going to be used for saving different parts as modules to reuse later. Our single planets update this week is moon terrain rock collisions have been optimized. Renderer has 2 updates this week, with planet hit detection for projectiles being implemented, and skybox stretching during baking caused by direction blending has been fixed. Stationer updates this week have been new signs for the frame shop at Back Alley are underway. The frame shop ad adjustments are in the making. Job instancing effects for proper station use. proper UVs to the basic shape so that UV scrolling can be used on them added, as well as building blocks that can be used in the making of ads. The Prospector Shop module exterior decoration has been finalised. Station Hall LODs have been updated. UV scroll support added to the flat font used in ads and signs. New windows have been added to the station halls. Landing platform lighting is in the making, and LODs were updated for ship repair maps. Animation news this week is new animations and polishes to ads have been made. Pistol run animations have been polished. Sitting reload animation has also been polished, and an animation for the cell shop has been updated. The other updates this week are locales added for objects and resources, new armor sets added to the starting Mega Station economy, a moon rocket worked on, flights to the moon have been tested, more on this in a moment, new asteroid clusters have been made, the bulwark armor set, textures and paint jobs have been polished, the modular battery socket location has been moved and fixed, cabling has been adjusted in ships with batteries to fit this change. More weapon flat logos have been added to the game, effects and beam types have been added to the new Welding Tools attach-detach mode, new beam end models which could replace the particle effects have been tested, dash line effects have been made for ad use, and some armor set piece configs that did not allow pieces to be dropped into the game have been fixed. Did that note about the new welding tool catch your eyes and ears? Wondering what the hell it is and where it's used? Well, Lowry got you covered in our second quote of the week. Welding will be an alternate way of attaching things instead of bolting, used for building stations, and can be used on the ship's frame. It's planned for welding to become the main way of making a ship frame secure, but plates and other items will remain bolted. Also dropped in this week's notes was a neat video on the current work in progress design for a ship to get to one of the moons of Eos. Right off the bat we get some new information around current build limits. Be aware these could be changed at any time. We see limits on attachment plates, bolts, cables, lights and pipes. Also shown here is the total object count and its voxel volume. This volume will be handy in working out a rough max speed and duration your ship can run for until and if it gets added to the editor. For long distance and duration flights you'll want to be using box thrusters, which this ship has in the bucket loads. In the centre of the ship we see text that reads Ship Warp Class. This is an old name for the structural integrity of the ship and will change. Heading inside of the ship now we see racks and racks of fuel cells sitting in cradles for proper storage. These are not reactors. Further forward it becomes rows of large propellant tanks. It will take a lot of fuel to reach the moon, due to the vast distances they are from the mega stations. In the front we see a seamless square bit of plating, is revealed to be a 4-section door on motorised hinges. And it's this seamless nature that impresses me the most, and gets me thinking what sort of hidden doors can we put in our ships. Not only that, now everyone has a basic design for a moon going ship to work from, taking a lot of the guesswork out of the design. But be warned, these are work in progress ships, and we don't know if they will make the full journey. And that's it for this week's update. As always, please do join my Discord. There's a link for that below. You can also join my faction, the K-Bots, on the same Discord if you wish to as well. Be sure to smash that like button, share the video with your friends and faction, leave a comment with any questions you want answers to, and I'll see you in the next one. Kenetor, out.